Yo, what's up, guys? Alright, Tyler Kidd here, Platinum Leader for now. I just kind of, wanted to come at y'all with a video here because I was doing a lot of thinking yesterday, and I really kind of, was thinking about, my success and how I personally hit Diamond in 28 days. I was thinking about it a lot, kind of dissected it in my brain, wrote a bunch of stuff down. And I'm gonna, kind of relay that information over to y'all. That way, hopefully, we can have some people, hitting, breaking records quicker than I did. All right, and so just real quick, go ahead, grab pen and paper, take some notes on this because this is good stuff. And so, kind of jumping into it here, the very first, really crucial part, the key thing that really kind of jumped me to start my business was taking the initiative. Alright, and what I mean by that, is the whole if it is to be, it's up to me mentality. I had that from the get-go. I didn't sit around and wait for someone else to set up, do my business for me. I went out there and made it happen on my own. And so the first thing that I did, as soon as I started seeing the big picture, started taking this thing seriously, is first off, I went and started doing some research. I started, looking up all the successful people, Alex Morton, all these people like that, and every single one of them, they were all preaching the 5 M's. Alright, more meetings means more money. You've heard it 1,000 times, and, to me, I was like, okay, well, these guys are making money, well, that makes sense, let me set up a meeting. Alright, so I set up my first home event. I threw my first home event, people showed up, people jumped on, it worked. I was like, well, shit, okay. That makes sense. Let me throw another one. Alright, I threw another one and it worked. People jumped on. And then I got the bright idea. I was like, well, what happens if I throw 2 of these a day? So I started throwing 2 a day. People started jumping on even more, started blowing up even quicker. And then I was like, okay, dude, this is nuts. Let me throw 3 a day. Alright, I started throwing 3 home events every single day consistently, and it just went out of control. Alright, and so, with throwing 3 home events a day, like I said, the key word to what I said there is consistently. I constantly had 3 events going every single day for weeks. Because it's like they said on the Leadership Academy, the spoils don't go to those, the spoils go to those who not only do the mental, physical, and emotional work, but those who do that work consistently. I constantly had a home event going 3 times a day, every single day. Even if I didn't have prospects to show up to an event, I still had an event set up because maybe someone in my downline, maybe they had someone to come out to an event. And so you got to get those events going constantly. And I'm always excited when people come up to me. They're like, yeah, dude, I'm gonna start throwing events every single day, and I'm all for it. And what happens? They start throwing events, and the first event that they throw where no one shows up at all, they get discouraged. Alright, you can't get discouraged if no one shows up to your event. Alright, it happens to everyone. It comes with this business. Expect it. Alright, I'm telling you right now, I've thrown over 100 events where no one has shown up. Alright, I promise you, but I kept on going. I kept on at it because I knew that, maybe they're not going to show up to this one, but at least we have it set up. At least it's there in case someone is going to show up. Because it's crazy. We all like, you need to master the invite process. That's how to be successful. Alright, but if you have nothing to invite to, then the invite process is pointless, so you gotta have events set up, because, even let's say I have a prospect who can't come on Tuesday, but he can come on Wednesday. I have an event set up on Wednesday. But let's say someone in my success team, they have a prospect who can't come on Wednesday, but they can come on Tuesday. I have an event set up on Tuesday. You gotta have, constant events going, and don't get discouraged if no one shows up. But, kind of a way to, combat that if no one is showing up to your events is training. Alright, what I would do with the newest person as soon as they jumped on is I would train the shit out of them. Alright, I would sit them down and I would just invite process. I would role play with them. I'd be like, alright, I'm the prospect, you're calling me, ring ring, hello. I catch them off guard. I'd be like, oh, what, hello? I'd be like, nah, dude, you need to be way more excited than that. Ring ring, hello. Hello? And I'm like, that's getting better, but eventually after, pounding it and making sure they knew what was going on, eventually I'd be like, ring, ring, hello, like, yo, bro, oh my gosh, dude, like, can you talk right now? Because I got something big I really want to share with you, and I'm really pumped up about this. Please tell me you can talk real quick. I just made sure they knew what they were doing, and that was another, big factor to, to my success and where it all blew up. But one of the biggest things about it that I really kind of clicked to me, recently, is what happened is my events, they were the shit. Alright? You know, what I mean is my events, whenever you walked in, dude, they were so much fun. I had games going, dude. I had foosball, pool, darts, ping pong, air hockey. I had 2K running on the Xbox. And on top of that, I always had music going. There was never a time where there wasn't music, except for whenever people were speaking. And that awkward silence after, you know, the last person's done speaking, you're running to turn the music on. No, but, you know, I had music going, and on top of that, I had food. All right, this is a big deal. We had rack sauce at all my events. You know, if you know what that is, it's like Velveeta, some Jimmy Dean, some Rotel. It's dope. I have food at your events. Half the people would show up just for the food. Alright, food is huge, dude. You're going to get so many people to show up if you have free food. Everyone loves free food. You know, have pizza. I don't know anyone who doesn't like pizza. If they do, they're lying, they're crazy, whatever. And so, you know, they were awesome. But on top of that, dude, they were positive. My home events were so positive and they were so exciting. Alright, because what happened, I didn't really realize this, but, you know, first I'm going to say this. You being the leader of your team, you being the one setting up the home events, you have to hands down be the most excited, the most positive, fired up person on your entire team. Hands down. And what happened is at my events, that was me. I was out of my mind. This was amazing. I was so positive and so excited because, you know, I don't know if you guys knew this, but this is the greatest fucking opportunity in your entire life. Alright, and I knew that right then. I mean, if you don't know that, hopefully this is a wake-up call. You are in the greatest opportunity of your life. Alright, and I was so pumped up, so excited. What happened is that rubbed off into my success team. Alright, all my downline, they were all positive too. And so what I tell people now is all your negative stuff, leave all the negative shit at the door. Alright, you can't be negative at all at my events. You can't be coming into my event talking about homeboy who said he was going to sign up but then disappear off the face of the earth. You have to be just straight pure positive energy. Alright, and the reason why your home events have to be fun, why, you know, they have to have games, you know, the exciting stuff, you know, they have to be positive, is because what that does is that creates value to your home events. Alright, it creates value to your home events where people want to come to your home events. Alright, you know, let's say I threw a home event, you know, let's say homeboy, let's say I had a brand partner that had no prospects, he still came out to the home event because he wanted to be there. It was a fun, positive environment. There was games and there was free food. Of course he wants to be there. All right, and so what happened is by creating value to my home events, that created a culture. All right, I had a culture of like-minded, positive people that were just always meeting up. You know, 3 times a day, everyone was just having fun. And what that does by creating a culture, that creates value to your Vemma business. All right, so all the new people, all the prospects, they get there. And, you know, typically on a normal event, you know, let's say it's not really fun. You know, let's say it's a big event. A new person shows up to this event. You know, they're going to be it's going to be kind of awkward. They don't really know anyone there. There's a bunch of people that they don't know. They're going to kind of sit there and, you know, but at my events, it was completely opposite. All right, they would show up to my event. 15 people would be like, hey, what's up? Tyler Kidd, what's your name? They'd be like, awesome. And you'll call them by their first name, like, yo, what's up? Adam Brass. Shout out to Adam Brass, you're killing it. You know, and then we'd be like, hey, you good at pool? You want to come play some pool with us? Hey, you want to go throw down some 2K? You know, it was a fun, positive environment. You know, and so kind of reiterating that, I created value to my home events, which then created culture, which then created value to my Vemma business, all right? And so, you know, one of the biggest things about this, one of the really crucial parts as to why it has to be fun and positive, besides just creating value, is you got to understand that whenever people show up to your events, they're not going to remember shit that was said at the event at all. They're not going to remember anything. They might pick up like 1 or 2 things that was said, but they're not going to remember anything, all right? But what they will remember is they'll remember how they felt, all right? They'll remember that you know, dude, like, that was awesome. Like, that was so much fun. All these kids are so positive. They're energetic. And they're making money. Like, I want to be a part of that. Like I said, creating value to my Vemma business. It was something that they wanted to be a part of. You know, we had leverage, which is huge. And so you know, the next really, you know, crucial part to, you know, blowing up my business and, you know, having my success, you know, hitting diamond in 28 days was me personally getting up there and speaking. All right, you know, because, you know the saying, you know, the man with the marker makes the money. All right, what that means is the guy up there in front of the room speaking normally has an above average income from everyone else. Alright, and because I'm going to tell you, me speaking, guest speaking, completely changed my business forever. And it'll completely change yours too if you get up there and make it happen. Alright, and the reason why is because you being up there speaking in front of all these people, what's going to happen is that's going to automatically put you into an authority position. Alright, you have your new prospects there, they see you up there, you're going to start gaining respect from your friends. Alright, because we all have trust from our friends, but typically we don't have respect from our friends as the guy who's making things happen. But then they see you up there in that position, you start to gain their respect. But then on top of that, what it does is it shows your prospects that you're taking this thing seriously. Like, they see you up there in front of 30 people, like, dang, like, Tyler's actually, like, he's taking this thing seriously. Like, he might actually be onto something here. And on top of that, not only your prospects, but your brand partners, your success team, your downline, they're going to see you up there and be like, dang, Tyler is taking this thing seriously. I want to take this thing seriously just like him, get his success, this and that. And so that's going to rub off onto your brand partners as well. So get up there and speak. And one thing about speaking is everyone's always worried about credibility, this and that. And credibility is definitely important. Alright, but I'm going to tell you right now, understand that if you've made any money in Vemma, if you've received a check from Vemma, you have credibility. Alright, you can get up there and speak. You don't have to be sitting at this high rank to get up there and speak. Alright, Ashley Combs, she started speaking at silver. Colt Monkla started speaking at bronze. Me personally, I started speaking at bronze as well. Alright, and so what happened is, yeah, I was getting up there. I didn't have, I wasn't making a lot of money. I didn't have the car parked outside. But what happened is, I was still getting people signed up. Alright, the reason why is because I was passionate about being up there. I was excited. Yeah, I probably sucked at speaking. I'll get to that here in a second. But people knew that I was on this thing, dude. I was so pumped up and excited, and that got people, to want to do that, because it's I think it's Simon Sinek what he says. People don't buy what you do. They buy why you do it. Whenever I was up there speaking, all the people in the crowd, they didn't see me up there. I wasn't Tyler Kidd, the guy who's making $20 a month. No, I was Tyler Kidd, the guy who has had it and is done with the social norm bullshit. I was Tyler Kidd, the guy who was going to go out there and go achieve something more, who had bigger aspirations than working for someone else, who wanted to go actually live than exist. Alright, and so people, whenever they jumped on, they didn't jump on because they wanted to make $20 a month. They jumped on because they felt the same way that I did. They saw the same vision. They shared the same why as me. And so, obviously, like I said, you don't have to be making all this money, to get up and speak. And so really, another thing to get up and, to speaking is what you have to do is just get up and do it. Fall on your face. But what happens is you get up, you do it, practice makes permanent. Eventually you'll be able to get up there and speak very well. Alright, because whenever you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Alright, whenever I first started, how I initially got into it was, I learned the business. Alright, I went and did research about Vemma. It blows my mind. I understand you being in Vemma, this is your business. It drives me crazy how many people know almost literally nothing about their business. Go out there and learn about your business. So that was the first step. I went out there and I learned about my business. And then the next step was I got up and I did it. And the first time I spoke, dude, it was miserable. Like, first off, I was so nervous. When first time I guest spoke, I was so nervous. Dude, I couldn't freaking breathe. I was doing this little sidestep move, making everyone dizzy. It was crazy. And dude, I was all over the place. I started going about pyramid schemes, started talking about social norm, went into kind of what we do, went back to pyramid schemes, started rambling on and stuff. And it was miserable. And so what happened is afterwards I was like, dude, I gotta get better at speaking. So what I did is, obviously that wasn't working, so I changed. And so what happens is, how the saying goes, plan your work and work your plan? Well, it's missing the most important step is to review your work. Then do it all over again. Alright, it's crazy. So many people will go out there and do something that's not working. Then they'll keep on doing it and keep on doing it and keep on doing it. It keeps on not working. Alright, if something isn't working, figure out why it's not working and then change it. Do something different. Find out what does work. You know, that's what I did. I went in there, first thing as far as speaking goes, a couple of speaking tips. I was like, all right, you know, I need to start making bullet points. I need to know what key things that I need to hit. Obviously, I need to hit pyramid schemes. I need to hit what we do. I need to hit, my story. I need to hit, the helping aspect, whatever. And first I created bullet points. Then after that, I created an order to it, how I wanted to approach it. Because like I said, I was jumping between subjects and I was missing things. I left things out. So I created bullet points, created an order to it. And then what I did is after speaking, and getting up there, picking stuff up from other people, what I did is I found the most fast and efficient and effective way to get my point across for that bullet point and then move on to the next one. All right, because kind of what I learned is, as you're up there speaking, if you're just, sitting there on one subject over and over and over and over and over and over, yeah, you might pound it into some people's heads that won't get it off the start, but what happens is you start to lose a lot of people's attention. And so I was like, all right, I need to cover this, hit it, make sure I hit it, move on to the next one. And, just kind of, that was really the main things of my success, how I blew it all up. And so kind of, reiterating on that, gotta bust out my little notebook here. Just back to notes, if you didn't take notes. First thing was, key point was taking the initiative. All right, taking the initiative, going out there, making it happen on your own. Don't wait for anyone else to do it. We're not here to do it for you. We're here to do it with you. All right, so you're responsible for this. All right. Next thing was being consistent. Consistency is key. All right. After that, training. All right. You have to train the newest people. All right. If you get someone on, you don't train them, it's a waste of time. All right. If they don't have the fire to go out there and learn on their own, you're wasting your time and their time. All right. You have to get the newest people trained. Make sure your home events are fun. All right, make sure they're fun, full of positive excitement, and which will then, of course, create value to your home events, which creates the culture, which then creates value to your Vemma business. All right, and then the next thing is obviously speaking. You gotta get up there and speak. It's gonna show people that you're really serious about this, and you get better and better as you go. And be excited and passionate while you're speaking. Don't forget that as well. And remember, get up, do it, fall on your face. That's the only way, you're going to get better. Like I said earlier, you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. And then remember, plan your work your plan, and then review your work. All right, and so that right there, that's kind of, what everything that I was thinking about yesterday. Hopefully that all makes sense. Utilize that information and relay it to your downline. And, rack them. Remember, this is your dream. Be responsible for it. Let's make some moves. Yeah.